Why are there not more people talking about the incredible story behind the Chronos Key? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we dive into the genesis of the Chronos Key, Elias Thorne's rebirth. Let's begin. The profound silence left in the wake of the paradox engine's implosion was not the peace Elias Thorne had fought for, but a chilling void. He had severed the tendrils of cosmic horror, but the cost was immeasurable. Adrift in a timeless expanse, the Chronos Key, once his guiding light, now lay dormant, a cold, unresponsive stone. And within him, a new, unsettling presence stirred, a resonance of the consumed engine, echoing not from the past, but from a future twisted by its insidious touch. Had he truly won? Or had he merely become a vessel for a different kind of terror? Yet, even in the deepest abyss, a flicker of hope, or maybe a new dread, can take root. The universe, in its infinite complexity, often provides unlikely answers in the most desperate of times. For Elias, salvation, or another step deeper into the temporal labyrinth, would come from two unlikely figures, architects of fundamental forces, men who once bent the very fabric of reality to their will. When the Chronos Key went dark, Elias found himself at the mercy of temporal currents he could no longer navigate. But the energy he had absorbed, the very essence of the imploded engine, now acted as a grotesque beacon, drawing to him those sensitive to the deepest currents of the time stream. And so, from the annals of a fractured past, two figures began to coalesce from the shimmering temporal haze.
The boy, he's a living conduit, a walking paradox, unstable but magnificent.
Indeed, the space-time continuum around him, it weeps, but within the tears there is potential. A new kind of energy signature, disturbing yet intriguing.
Faraday, Einstein.
Faraday, the visionary who unlocked the secrets of electromagnetism, and Einstein, the titan who redefined gravity and time itself, saw not just the broken man, but the broken key. They recognized the unique energy signature Elias now carried, a bizarre amalgamation of temporal chaos and raw, untamed cosmic energy from the paradox engine. This wasn't merely a repair job, it was a regenesis.
The previous Chronos Key, it was a blunt instrument, a hammer to mend a watch. But with Elias's unique endowment, we can make it a scalpel, a conduit not just for travel but for restitching reality itself.
The distortions, they were like kinks in a manifold. The engine exploited these imperfections, feeding on the very entropy of choice. But if we can create a feedback loop, a stabilized temporal oscillator, a counter-frequency.
Faraday's mastery of magnetic fields and inductive energy, his intuitive understanding of how to generate power from the unseen forces of the universe, became the raw kinetic force for the key's rebirth. He envisioned circuits woven from pure temporal current, coils that hummed with the very echoes of creation. Einstein, meanwhile, tackled the fundamental theory, how to stabilize the monstrous energies Elias now harbored, how to turn the destructive paradox into a controlled genesis.
Imagine, Albert, a Chronos Key that doesn't merely interact with the timeline but reweaves it, using the very distortions as threads.
The challenge, Michael, lies in preventing resonance cascade. The temporal feedback must be isolated, a perfect harmonic resonance. Otherwise, the cure becomes the disease.
The greatest challenge wasn't just building the key, it was integrating Elias himself. The paradox engine had left an imprint on his very being, a residual psychic echo of temporal collapse. Einstein realized this wasn't a flaw, but a perverse opportunity. By siphoning and recalibrating that internal chaos, they could imbue the Chronos Key with an unprecedented level of control and precision.
He is not merely the pilot, Michael. He is the engine. His unique temporal entanglement allows for a direct neural interface. He will not just wield the Chronos Key, he will become it.
A living bridge across time, the distortions that almost claimed him, now his greatest strength.
The new Chronos Key wasn't merely inactive, it was reborn. It was a symbiotic device, designed to draw its fundamental power from Elias's very being, his temporal wound becoming its core energy source. The raw paradoxical energies he absorbed from the engine were now refined, purified, and channeled through Faraday's intricate electromagnetic pathways, stabilized by Einstein's profound understanding of space-time.
It's different. I feel connected, not just to it, but to everything.
The whispers within him haven't vanished entirely, but they have changed. The terrifying chorus of accusation and despair has been transmuted into something else, a resonant hum, a faint echo of every possibility, every choice, every unmade reality, now held in a delicate balance. The paradox engine sought to consume all, to achieve a singular, empty void. Elias, with the help of these two titans, had turned that void into a reservoir of raw temporal potential. The hollowness is still there, but beneath it, a nascent strength, a quiet determination. He clenches his hand around the Chronos Key, its light flaring in response, casting dynamic shadows on his face. He looks less like a broken man and more like a being reborn, scarred, but now imbued with a terrifying new purpose. Elias Thorne, the man who almost succumbed to the unmaking, now stands at the precipice of a new existence. He is a conduit, a living paradox, armed with a Chronos Key that pulses with the very heart of tempered chaos. The time stream is still fractured, the echoes of the paradox engine linger, but now Elias has the means, not just to travel, but to reconstruct. What horrors await him in this new, terrifying journey of recreation? And what has this rebirth truly cost him, beyond the echoes of his past? The internal hum is still present, a low thrum that now feels less like a curse and more like a powerful engine. The void around him begins to resolve into faint, shifting patterns, suggesting a newly accessible temporal landscape. The genesis is complete. The true reweaving begins. But who is Elias Thorne now? The lines between man and machine, between savior and paradox, have blurred beyond recognition. Elias Thorne has been remade, but is he still truly himself? What new dangers lurk in the reconstructed timelines? And what price will he pay for wielding a power born of cosmic horror? Share your theories on the terrifying implications of the new Chronos Key and Elias's transformation in the comments below. Like and subscribe to unravel the shattered remnants of reality with us.